created the show 13 years ago when we opened the theater. We wanted to do something that was unique that other people weren't doing during the holidays. Since Hammond was in its heyday in the 1950s, we thought giving a nod back to that time period would be the perfect marriage for the theater. What they can expect is like a musical variety show from the 1950s, like a Perry Como or Andy Williams TV Christmas special, live on stage. So it's not story-based, there are no characters or storylines, it's mostly music. We don't do anything that was written prior to 1959. So again, the music captures that authentic, nostalgic feel. We also do not steer away from Christmas music. It is a Christmas show, so we embrace both popular music, religious music in the show. And again, a lot of it's the popular music that everybody knows, but we try to do some interesting and new stuff as well. New meaning that people might not be as familiar with.
We definitely strive for a very rich, classic sound. We're trying to do a sort of a genuine recreation of the style of that time. And there's some incredible singers and incredible music in the show.
What really brings the element of that nostalgic television feel into it is that we recreate 18 vintage TV commercials, which are quite enjoyed by the audience. So that's what really gives it the nostalgic nod.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey-lo, everybody, hey-lo. Hey-lo is the shampoo that glorifies your hair. So hey-lo, everybody, hey-lo. With laughter, lively curls, and brighter sparkling hair.
It's not a parody, it's a loving homage. We don't make fun of, although that's a fine line. Yeah, it was a completely different approach to marketing and advertising.
And as we've talked about in rehearsals, TV was a very new medium at the time. It was a sort of a period of discovery. How do we interact with audiences on TV? And so for a modern audience looking back, the style is just very unusual and quirky.
That's some apple pie.
Everything I've heard is that audiences love them. It's a cool kind of snapshot back into the 1950s. It's just a lot of fun. It's a great family experience.
Well, if you give him one now.
It's definitely festive. The whole point of the show is to get people in the Christmas spirit and to create a family tradition. So it's appropriate for all ages. People definitely leave like ready to go out and Christmas shop or sip a little eggnog. We have guests who will be back with us for the 13th year, so there are literally people who come every single year to start their holidays with us, which is fantastic.
Local theater is hugely important to keeping the art of theater alive and bringing it to different audiences. You have to make it so that theater is accessible. And so being able to go out and support a local theater like this and see performers that are local and everybody here involved is from the area and see just how talented these people are. There's nothing like the experience of seeing a show live and seeing something that will only ever happen once that exact way and connecting with the performers, or as a performer connecting with the audience. As theater professionals, it's what we do it for. We do it for the audience. Theater is a great way to build community for performers, for the audience, and it's a one-of-a-kind experience.
It's interesting because we change the show a little bit each year to keep it fresh for those that do return and visit. We get lots of feedback from them because they certainly have their favorite years. I mean, we've done everything from a 12-member cast with little kids in it to an all-female cast. So people provide input. The overall feedback is totally positive. We started the show in hopes of creating a family tradition for Hammond in Northwest Indiana, and I think that's exactly what we've done.